G'day guys, just want to give you a brief recap on the recent Bass Nation event at Somerset Dam. In the pre-practice I'd found consistent fish on the Queen Street flats. I couldn't find them all hours of the day, but with a bit of searching and stuff I'd eventually find 2 or 3 in the morning and 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So leading up to the official practice I was pretty confident that although the tournament will be tough, that I'd be able to catch my limit. On the morning of the official practice day, I went to a few areas on Queen Street where I'd caught consistent fish before. I was confident that the area was holding good fish, and I thought I'd spend the rest of the day looking around, trying to find out that there were, or prove there wasn't other areas that were holding good fish. I ended up in Bay 13 around sort of 10 o'clock in the morning, and the fish were stacked up in there and big. I caught 3 or 4 really quickly between sort of 45 and 49. Didn't crack that 50, but I hadn't seen them there in the pre-practice, so it was good to find them in another spot and good quality fish. Going into the tournament on session 1, I was a bit sort of in 2 minds of where to go, whether to go to Bay 13 or whether to go to my consistent area of Queen Street. So I decided with the heavy fog, I'd at least go to Queen Street first, see what was there. Although it looked like a really tough tournament, it wasn't so much that it was tough fishing, it was difficult to locate the fish. Once you found the fish, they'd almost see any sort of lure. Like guys were catching them on tail spinners, they were catching them on blades, spoons, some guys were ice jigging them. It was more the point that the active fish were moving around so much. I spent a lot of time through the tournament searching for fish because I knew what could happen if you stumbled across the right patch of fish, and I knew that they were there, you just had to find them. So I spent a fair bit of time, probably hindsight maybe too much time. I should have just grounded out in a spot and hoped that they come to me. But so the lure I caught the majority of my fish on in the practice, and the 2 that I landed in the event, was on a palm spoon. So simply slow rolling either a 20 or a 30 gram spoon depending on the depth of water that I was in, and just trying to maintain contact with the bottom. So if I was in sort of 25 to 30, I'd run that 30 gram lure, and if I was in around that like 25 or down to 20, I'd run the 20 gram. The rod I was using for this technique is the Dobbin's Champion Extreme, and it's a 743. The reason I run the 7.4 is because I can get those extra long casts. I mean, we're fishing flats and we're searching for fish, so I could launch this thing. The reel I was using for this event was a Quantum Smoke Speed Freak in the 30. The reason I went with the 30 has that bigger spool than what I typically use, and it assists with those really long casts to get as far as possible in order to search as much water as you can. The lure that I was using was a palm slow blat, so I ran the 20 or the 30. They do come pre-rigged with assist hooks, but like most fishermen, I like to play around with my lures and just customise them a little bit. I like to run a ball bearing swivel at the top of the lure, and then I run a set of Van Fook assist hooks. The treble I run on the rear is a Van Fook, and it's a shorter shank. That way I can run a bigger treble so I end up with a wider gape. And in tournaments like this, when you're relying on hooking every bite, I found that a bigger treble was the way to go. The leader I ran for the event was 10 pound. I run SUNLINE FC Invisible, and there's no reason to go any less than 10. I could have even ran 12. I mean, the fish in Somerset are typically big, and you don't want to lose them. Even though the fishing was tough, Somerset's still my favourite dam. Just the size of the fish that you can catch there. I mean, the ones that I was catching on Friday, and that initial take and the run, like, they're an amazing fish, and I'm actually looking forward to probably trying to get back there in the next few months if I can find some time and have a bit of vengeance on those guys. So moving on to Sinclair next, looking forward to it. Should be probably an edge bite, hopefully, be finesse plastics, those types of things. So I'll see you on the water, guys.